What if you woke up one day and realized your entire life is a lie? You got the job, the salary, the nice apartment, you live in the expensive part of town, but inside it's all meaningless because it's never what you asked for. How did you end up like that? You ended up that way because of laziness and fear. Because you thought that you had time to figure things out and you kept delaying it because you were afraid of what would happen if you actually went for what you really wanted. And as a result, you probably never even stopped to really consider what it is you really want in the first place. So the life that you eventually received was in effect given to you by default. No one understands what you want. Nobody even knows who you really are. And even if you told them, they wouldn't get it. If anything, it would just fluster or destabilize them. Back in the day, my bro and I, when we were broke, we would walk around jobless, just loitering, and we would sit down in the coffee shop and order a Coke and a tea because they were the cheapest things on the menu that we could afford, just so we had a place to sit. And we talk about how when I have money, when we got money, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to any restaurant we want, bro. We won't even think about how much it costs. Because back then, even going to a damn restaurant was a status symbol for us. Like, yeah, man, we'll be able to go to a restaurant. And we talked about all the things we were gonna do, and fast forward now, 10 years later, I'd say we're both successful on paper. We both got the decent job. We got the nice apartment. We're responsible, grown-ass adult men, right? But this is never what we asked for. I can tell you from my part, it was absolutely laziness and fear. So I got on a path by default. I just kind of kept moving forward, one logical step at a time. Now you're in a position where if you say, you know what, I take it back, I don't want any of this. It's like, what are you doing, man? You're ungrateful or something? You don't appreciate the good life you have? You're lucky, bro. Look at how some other people live, man. What's wrong with you? Now look, if you are listening to this and you are not yet in this situation, if you're sitting around broke and haven't decided what you're going to do yet, like you're in school or something still, or you're out of school but you got a crappy job that you're not committed to, it's not a career, then you're actually lucky because you have the chance now to decide what it is you're going to do. So don't sit there and delay it and think, I'm going to figure it out later, I'm going to figure it out next year, or something is going to come up. The field is wide open for you. If you are already in a golden cage, you've already painted yourself into a pretty corner, then you got to realize that this idea that you have that that's it for me, I played my cards and I can't change my hand, that's just a story you're telling yourself. Now, I'm not saying quit your job and go run off and be irresponsible, of course. Start working on that side hustle. Start putting something together. Find your passion and start doing something with it. Start building that side income that's going to replace your day job income. So when the day comes and people say, what do you mean you're just gonna not do this anymore? What do you mean you're just not gonna do what everybody expects you to do? You say, you know what? Because I don't need to. So start working on that. Start working on your fitness. Start working on the things that you can do. Because these things are going to build leverage. Your fitness is going to lead to confidence, which is going to lead to mental clarity, which is going to lead to income. Yes, it will. All of these things come together.
Unite us. Unite the clans.
If you don't do it, the price is going to be that you're going to wake up 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10, 20 years from now. You're going to look back and all you're going to have is regret. And then your life really will be over. Your time really will be done. Or you can start actually throwing yourself into it now, even if you don't know exactly what you're going to do. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, man. I have no idea what I'm doing. There's 7 subscribers on this channel. I don't even think anybody's looking at this except like that one buddy who clicked the notifications on. Yo, Maori power to my bro. But it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter because it's better than doing nothing. When you first start, it's going to feel like you're just talking into the void. And the void is not going to answer back. But if you keep pushing, if you just Don't stop. If you stop looking at external feedback and validation, because you will get none, and you instead focus on your inputs, instead of thinking, how many followers, comments, likes, nonsense did I get? Forget about all that garbage. You start counting. How many uploads have I made? How many rants have I done? How many vlogs have I uploaded? How many helpful videos have I put out that talk about my experience and what I'm learning so far that would have been useful to me 3 months ago or a year ago or 2 years ago? If you just focus on your inputs, it's going to keep that frustration and despair at bay, because the mind wants results. It wants dopamine. It wants reward. You're not going to get it when you first start out. But you got to understand that this is what separates the people that actually make something happen from the ones that don't. So then think about a year from now, 5 years from now, 10, 20 years from now, if you actually start today and never stop, if you actually do that, what's your life going to be like? When you have the experiences, you have the travels, the stories, the friends, everything that you daydream about when you go into bed at night, like 9 p.m., because you got to be up in the morning for the day job. All of these things that you vicariously live through other people on YouTube. Imagine that you actually had them because you started now and never stopped. I probably didn't express this in the best or most eloquent of ways, but man, that's what's on my mind today. This is what I would have wanted to tell myself, 10, 20 years ago. Hell, even 1 year ago, even yesterday, maybe not yesterday, but. So I hope that you too found it useful, and hopefully it helps somebody who needs to hear it at the right time. So we don't stop.